Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, thunderstorms early. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Monday, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
That tornado siren sounding after a reported tornado blew through Sulphur, Oklahoma last night. We don't know too much about what happened, but we do know that no injuries or damage reported.
That is some good news. We like to hear stories with that type of ending. But still, tornadoes can literally rip apart entire communities in an instant, destroying property and changing lives forever.
But as the First Response Team of America knows all too well, it's not only the people that are affected by severe weather.
His name is Rubble, and it's hard to believe that just a few months ago, he was rescued by the First Response Team from the wreckage of an EF3 tornado.
We found Rubble just minutes after we arrived in Mississippi. He had a lot of cuts and bruises on him. He didn't respond to any food, any water. He was completely in shock.
Lost dogs are something Tattagolia and his team have seen all too often in the aftermath of devastating tornadoes.
They're sniffing through the debris, they're walking up and down what's left of the streets, and they're just trying to find something that resembles home.
After a storm happens, the scent changes drastically, and depending on the severity of the event, familiar landmarks can actually be gone or in different places, and so it can become very confusing for a dog.
But it's a situation that can be avoided. Therapy dog handler Amy McCullough says including a pet in your tornado plan can make sure you emerge from the severe weather together.
Do a drill of going to the safe room. Who's going to grab the dog? Who's going to grab the cat? And actually practice putting your pets in the carrier so they're comfortable in them when it's time to actually go to that safe place.
Keeping a pet in that safe place during a tornado can actually benefit owners long after the storm has passed.
Research tells us that there are really physiological effects that pets have when we interact with them. Petting a dog can help lower your blood pressure, helps decrease stress and anxiety, can boost your mood.
The DuBois family from Washington, Illinois understand these healing qualities of pets better than most. After their home was shredded by a tornado, they feared the family cats had perished, but remarkably, the First Response Team found them alive in the debris.
When the cats first emerged from the rubble, it was just utter joy. You kind of forget that you're in the middle of a disaster and you're just overjoyed with the experience.
It was recharging. It was energizing. At that moment, my wife knew it was going to be okay. She realized I lost nothing. And that's when we moved forward.
And clearly Rubble has moved forward from his tornado ordeal. He has a new family in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and life, it seems, is a stroll in the park.
Oh, sweet Rubble. Yeah. Now we want to turn to one of the great Memorial Day weekend traditions, right? The Indianapolis, where the 99th running of the Indianapolis 500 will be storm and rain free.
Yes, finally. Yes. And our next guest is all about the tradition. This is his 36th year in a row of attending the Indy 500. Joining us now from the stands is Michael Togney. And good morning, Michael. I know you've been through quite a few even rain-delayed and rained-out events. You must be happy that the forecast is it's all go, a green light for today's race.
Yeah, we're looking really good. We did have a couple of brief sprinkles this morning between 8:15 and 8:45, but we're looking for an on-time green flag here in just about half an hour from now.
So I got to ask you, 36 years, I'm sure each one really, really great, but how have some had more impact on your memory considering the weather?
I'm sorry, it's somewhat hard to hear with the...
Yeah, no problem. How about some of the more memorable weather impacts on the race?
Well, I tell you, 23 years ago today, on May 24th, 1992, it was very cold, and there were numerous accidents and spins due to cold tires. The tires were not gripping the road very well, but it ended up being the closest finish in the history of the race, so you never know what's going to happen here. It's just an unbelievable spectacle, Maria.
And Michael, most people always watch this race from the comfort of their own home, watch it on TV. How different is it actually being there in the stands versus watching it from home?
Television does not do it justice. I know you folks are on TV and you folks do a great job, but you got to be here in person at least once in your life. Put it on your bucket list. TV, you cannot get the smell. You can't get the raw emotion. This place it's like Disneyland, and every magical kingdom, and everything you could dream of, all the good things rolled into one.
Michael Togni, you're selling it for me. I'm excited. I hear your excitement. We're so glad that it's going to be a good weather day for you. Thank you so much for your input.
And the forecast looking pretty nice. Again, race temperatures staying in low 80s, perfect for the fans and the racers for the 99th Indy 500.
Responding by storm, powered by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.
I got red dirt stains on my boots and jeans. Callous fingers from my guitar strings. Wild like the wind in the tall pine trees. I got roots and I got wings.
Every auto insurance policy has a number. But not every insurance company understands the life behind it. Those who have served our nation have earned the very best service in return. USAA. We know what it means to serve. Get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Joseph A. Bank presents the Memorial Day Sale. All sport coats, sportswear, and pants in the store. Purchase one item and receive any 2 items free. Sale ends Monday. Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905.
Good morning.
Morning. No.
WeatherTech floor liners are created to be the ultimate vehicle floor protection in the world. Designed with channels to catch and hold spills until you wash them away. Go to WeatherTech.com and order your perfect fit floor liners today. The most advanced floor protection for your vehicle is at WeatherTech.com.
Staying in there.
Monday morning, rain and severe weather threats to start off your holiday week, but we'll be up early for your Memorial Day. Wake up with Al and AMHQ Monday morning at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
If you struggle with back pain, you have the power to turn it off with this.
Smart Relief from Icy Hot. Just press a button and Smart Relief sends a wave of relaxing pulses that quickly and safely block even chronic back pain for fast, noticeable relief that lasts.
It's the same type of therapy doctors and physical therapists use. And it's wireless, reusable, and easy to use. Turn on Smart Relief and turn off pain.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 78. Chance of rain, 60%. Monday, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain, 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
charge.
So how bad was the flooding here?
I think we're just talking about this. We should have a segment of the show called, public shaming with Paul without Maria.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. We're happy that everyone is safe and they're doing okay, but we really, really don't want you doing this. We don't want you going in that water. It is moving. It may not be that deep. It's knee deep right here, as you can see with some of the folks standing in it. But goodness gracious, there's so much nasty stuff in that water.
Oh, no, it's not clear. It's brown. It's muddy. It's dirty. We have no idea what's in there. There's a dumpster over there. You have, the road is closed. You see the barricade over to the left. And these people are in it. And you have a child. Yeah. You're holding a child. And guess what? It takes only 6 inches of water for a child to drown in. Mm-hmm. And you got a toddler there that hopefully is staying out of the water. And this is, the good news is this isn't the fast-moving water, but so it's flood water nonetheless. You have no idea what is lurking in there. You have no idea. Perhaps there is a storm drain that perhaps the cover has been moved off, and you might, fall into a hole that might be 10, 20 feet deep.
Yeah, it's just all kinds of nasty stuff.
Raw sewage.
Oh, those are bad words. Keep those in mind.
Sorry for your Sunday brunch out there, but we got to keep it real.
You got to keep it in mind too, because there's so much of that in through the southern plains with all of the flooding. I mean, you name any kind of waterway in Texas, Oklahoma, and now even into Louisiana and Arkansas, they're starting to see those creeks and streams and rivers rise pretty quickly, and that flooding on the roadways. And you want to talk about available moisture in this area. How much, if we could tap it completely efficiently, what would come down as rain? There is a ton out there, and it's very efficiently coming down as rain, and you can see the radar still. Lots of yellows and oranges. That is heavy, heavy rain.
And the National Weather Service office puts out the flash flood guidance. And again, many areas around there, they're talking maybe a ½ inch to an inch of rain in an hour. And many areas got 2 or 3 inches of rain yesterday. So it is quite possible we'll see rainfall rates like that again as we head throughout today. So what hasn't quite flooded yet could definitely flood with more rain in the wrong places as we head throughout today. And it almost seems like a conveyor belt of moisture coming right in from the Gulf of Mexico. This isn't just a weekend thing. This has been going on for about 3+ weeks right now.
You've read my mind. Not just the Gulf of Mexico. You can trace that moisture back to the tropics. There is a tropical connection. Nothing shutting it off. So you have the result. Foot and a half, in some places almost 2 feet of water just this month, and it's not over yet. Yeah,
it started off great, and people were welcoming the rain, but then it didn't stop. Not quite. Actually, some areas did have had 40 days and 40 nights of rain so far. And in some areas, look at this, last May, massive, exceptional, and extreme drought from Oklahoma into Texas and Kansas. Now, look at this, as of this past Tuesday, this is when the drought monitor ends and the data comes out on Thursday, we're looking at the extreme drought, exceptional drought, eliminated across this area.
And think about that, and that comes out on Thursday. So since then, and to come this week, you'll get another week's worth of rain and another update. But yes, maybe as much as 3 to 5.
Today's the day. More and more people with type 2 diabetes are learning about long-acting Levemir.
As my diabetes changed, it got harder to control my blood sugar. Today, I'm asking about Levemir.
Levemir is an injectable insulin that can give you blood sugar control for up to 24 hours. And Levemir helps lower your A1C. Levemir lasts 42 days without refrigeration. That's 50% longer than Lantus, which lasts 28 days. Touch, the latest in insulin pen technology from Novo Nordisk.
Levemir is a long-acting insulin used to control high blood sugar in adults and children with diabetes and is not recommended to treat diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not use Levemir if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. The most common side effect is low blood sugar, which may cause symptoms such as sweating, shakiness, confusion, and headache. Severe low blood sugar can be serious and life-threatening. Ask your doctor about alcohol use, operating machinery, or driving. Other possible side effects include injection site reactions. Tell your doctor about all medicines you take and all of your medical conditions. Check your blood sugar. Your insulin dose should not be changed without asking your doctor. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing, sweating, extreme drowsiness, swelling of your face, tongue, or throat, dizziness, or confusion.
Today's the day to ask about Levemir FlexTouch. Covered by most health insurance and Medicare plans.
The Men's Warehouse Memorial Day sale is going on now. Clearance suits are on sale for $149.99. Clearance dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round one of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on. Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
We showed you this picture earlier, and it's still powerful, out of San Marcos, Texas. These are large trees, right, and being carried away by incredible flooding happening in San Marcos.
And you can actually see the dirt underneath the trees. See how it's kind of rippled? That's a signature of pretty fast-moving water kind of pushing this debris wherever it ended up, and then the water receded. Again, this is not part of the river. This is over the water overflowing the riverbanks, and this is some of the debris that has been left behind because of all the heavy rain that fell yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and caused the flooding overnight and into this morning.
You can imagine the power. They carry the trees, but also all of that debris and the sand now that is over roadways. So that's something that's, once the waters recede, you still have to deal with. Yeah. A short time ago, officials from Hays County, Texas, gave an update on the flooding there. Here's Judge Bert Cobb.
We knew that water was coming down, but never did we, in our wildest imagination, think about the wall of water that would come down and do the destruction. It came down rather quickly, and despite our efforts to inform the public and to warn people to evacuate and to take precautions, many people did not have time to do that or were uninformed. And unfortunately, we probably have got a lot of damage and injury in that area.
And amazing damage there. Reports of over 400 homes being flooded there, 1,000 people currently being housed at evacuation centers across the area. This is Hays County, where we had reports of people who were on their roofs crying out for help and having to be rescued from the very fast-moving rivers there.
He mentioned, the timing, right? He said that, there were some people who really just didn't have the time to react because the water came up that quickly. We're hoping here to prepare everybody that that's the definition of flash flooding. It happens quickly. The conditions are there. So even if you are just under the watch, you got to think about what you might have to do with just a few minutes notice.
And I know we're going to hear stories from people who have lived in the area saying we've never seen the water this high in 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And some of these areas might experience a 100 or a 500-year flood. But that is the type of potential we have not only for today, but going forward into tomorrow. If we have more heavy rain in the wrong places, we will see scenes like that repeated again as we head through today and tomorrow.
And some of the stats are pretty amazing. Wichita Falls, 13.93 inches of rain this month, rainiest month on record for any month now in Wichita Falls.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, thunderstorms early. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Monday, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Happening right now, Texas, Oklahoma gripped by deadly, catastrophic, and historic flooding.
Local authorities in Hays County, Texas report people trapped on rooftops crying for help. This after the Blanco River rose more than 33 feet in just 3 hours, shattering an 86-year-old record.
Reports of water rescues and residents being evacuated are pouring into the Weather Channel. Tragically, a firefighter in Claremore, Oklahoma drowned during a flood rescue.
And right now, the numbers are staggering. Around 40 million people in the central U.S. are under some kind of flood advisory. This is a very fluid situation that's only growing more dangerous and potentially deadly with each passing minute.
Thank you so much for joining us today for Weekend Recharge. I'm Maria LaRosa.
And I'm Paula Goodlow. Now, all of our worst fears are coming true on this holiday weekend. Travelers getting trapped on the roads and highways being engulfed by flash flooding.
It's a very dramatic example here, captured on video, shot by Christina Marie Moorhead in Boerne, Texas. It's northwest of San Antonio. We do want to warn you, the video is disturbing, but thankfully, according to local reports, the people who were in the car may have gotten out, did make it. Watch this.
They go much farther down and it's going to get out of
here. If it keeps raining, it's going to get worse and it will push it away. Oh, son of Oh my God! Stop, stop, stop! No, he needs to get out! Oh my God. Oh my God! Oh my God! Someone get... Oh my God, oh my God. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh my God, oh my God. Don't do it, don't. Oh my God, oh my God.
Did he get out?
No. It's... Stay back, Layla, stay back.
Wow, powerful video.
Powerful video.
Again, the people there at the time, no one was in that car, that SUV, as it was moved downstream and flipped over. So the people are okay. But at the time, some people did not know. It was a harrowing situation there.
Yeah, and we still are watching some of the rain move out of the areas that were hardest hit early this morning, including east of San Antonio. Still, though, under that flash flood warning. Again, you don't necessarily need to have the rain falling at the time to have that warning in effect. That just means that flash flooding is happening or imminent. And in this case, Guadalupe, Hays, and Caldwell counties still in effect for you.
In fact, right now, we're still dealing with some high water rescues ongoing because of what really happened, the rain that fell yesterday and last night, and they continued into this morning as well. In fact, quite a few flash flood warnings still going on across the state of Texas. Even Dallas had our flash flood warning earlier, now up towards the Red River, just north of Dallas, still under a flash flood warning. And we still have plenty of moisture coming in, and thunderstorms just now starting to erupt, where they erupted yesterday afternoon and then moved again across the region through the evening and overnight.
The atmosphere is primed for more. Any rain that does fall could be heavy at times, and there are other spots that will get a bit of a break. Austin, certainly one of those this afternoon. Looking a little better, high temps in the low 80s, but mainly just cloudy.
Right now, I want to bring in the mayor of San Marcos, Texas, Mayor Dan Guerrero of San Marcos. And thanks for taking the time this morning to talk to us, Mr. Mayor. And let's talk about this, because San Marcos, you have the San Marcos River. You also have the Blanco River. You guys had a double whammy this morning and last night because of flooding.
Anticipating, we got the early notification probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock yesterday evening, indicating that there was some high waters from Blanco County that were moving their way in our direction. Certainly those waters arrived early this morning, probably around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Certainly they rose rapidly, as you've reported earlier as well, and it caused the San Marcos River to begin to back up. And so those are some additional circumstances that we're dealing with right now. In fact, right now I'm walking through a parking lot, an apartment complex over here in Blanco Gardens, where pretty much the entire parking lot of cars, which included my car, we're underwater.
Oh my goodness.
We're dealing with a lot of cleanup. We also have a fire station that took on about 3 or 4 feet worth of water as well.
And Mr. Mayor, can you tell us anything about, we were hearing about the water rescues, the conditions of people or how many might have been rescued?
I can't really speak to that at this point. I've been out kind of just doing visual assessments on damage to roadways, infrastructure, homes, things of that nature. So I haven't had a chance personally to see some of the rescues that are taking place that our first responders have done an outstanding job with. What I can say is that since early this morning, my folks have been very busy trying to address not only rescues but also evacuations. The rescues have taken priority, and it's been dozens. And so I know that they've been very busy. I think since now that the water is beginning to recede, those rescues have begun to drop. We've been focused now on just getting people out of those neighborhoods and into safe locations.
And Mr. Mayor, real quick, let's talk about this is a holiday weekend. Are things closed around town? Like, what about tubing there in San Marcos, a very popular destination for tubing?
It certainly is, but won't be for this weekend and probably not this week.
All right, and we want to make sure, of course, that everybody is safe. Mayor Dan Guerrero from San Marcos, Texas, thanks for your time. We know he's busy, as you mentioned, he's just getting around, and the priorities are priorities, and that is getting people to a safe place. Yeah, and again, don't let your guard down. This is not over yet. We'll expect more thunderstorms here in the orange and the red, even severe thunderstorms. Houston had our batch earlier this morning. We can see some more. We even have Torcons up for the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma, even eastern Colorado this evening, and Louisiana, Arkansas. Your threat is also later today.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. We're a force of nature, too.
New Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. Flonase is the 24-hour relief that outperforms a leading allergy pill. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So go ahead, inhale life, excite your senses, seize the day and the night. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
My budget was always second-guessing me when I'd buy stuff for the family. Fingerhut, Fingerhut, Fingerhut. Just click on over to Fingerhut.com to get the credit you deserve and great stuff for your family. Oh, not Fingerhut.
Deep in the dark, untouched recesses of your engine is power you never knew it could produce. And Vapor can set it free. New Stable 360 Performance unleashes that exclusive Vapor technology that rises above the fuel line to protect your engine where other additives can't, to help keep your engine running cleaner, leaner, smoother, and stronger than ever. The next level of performance is in the Vapor Stable 360 Performance.
What you doing?
Checking my free credit score at Credit Karma.
I have great credit.
When's the last time you checked?
That's a lot of cheddar. We gotta check your credit score. Bring you the man. Your credit is fly.
You know, credit scores change. Aren't you curious what it is right now?
Still popping and locking.
Credit Karma. Get your free score now.
It starts with a subtle wave, then builds into soft fingers, lifting sails and spirits. Nothing makes us feel more alive than a summer breeze, drifting with us on the water, chasing us through the trees, and playing along the whole day. In the Great Lakes Bay region, the summer breeze is blowing. Where it's headed is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, thunderstorms early. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Monday, mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
Real local.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas.
Real accurate.
This one's going to have some precipitation with it.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on. Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Watching historic flooding invading neighborhoods and homes. This is video from Elk City, Oklahoma. You can see the torrent of rain. That was the gas station, but looked more like a waterfall. And obviously the water covering roadways, making them impassable.
Yeah, Elk City is just to the west of Oklahoma City here, and water everywhere you look. We talked to a storm chaser, Jazz Bishop, earlier, and he was saying the only road he noticed that was not flooded, historic Route 66. And his comment was, looks like the old timers knew how to build roads back in the day, and they kept that one above water. But look at this, a waterfall by this gas station. And you can see the debris. And also look how almost like where the whirlpool's set up there. That's another reason why I want you out of the water, because you can get caught in those currents. And yeah, the water has an incredible force. I believe it's something like 500 feet of pressure versus 1 foot, 1 cubic foot of water.
It's a lot. And then you throw in debris that adds extra momentum to anything. And then we're seeing pictures of you know, blacktop just taken up with the water moving over it. It's pretty incredible.
So the road you think you're driving on could be washed out, and then it's a concern.
So it has a lot of us thinking, you know, what would you do? Do you think you'd be able to survive a flash flood?
Well, Jim Cantore trained with water rescue experts to demonstrate what you should and shouldn't do if you get trapped in rising water.
Flash flooding is, year after year, one of the deadliest natural disasters in this country. It happens quick. People don't expect it. A lot of people put themselves in positions that they get into trouble. I came up to work with Rescue Instructors Group, and these guys train SEALs, they train FEMA, they train first responders. They're going to teach me how to get out of a flash flood situation.
First of all, Jim, I want you to take a survivor attitude. You're not a victim, you're a survivor.
While working with Jim today, the first thing we taught him is what to do if I accidentally fall in.
Well, the first thing I had to do was float on my back with my feet out of the water. You never want to get your feet caught in the rock. Once I'm comfortable enough there, I would roll over and just swim aggressively towards shore.
Get out, Jim. That's it.
You have to stay calm because you want all your movements to be purposeful. If you're out there thrashing, splashing about, you're not accomplishing anything.
You're gonna live today, Jim.
One of the scenarios we did with Jim today as well is we put him on a rock. He's stranded on an object. It could have been a car, it could have been a house.
I had to holler and let the rescuer know where I was. Throw me the rope, throw me the rope. I was in a position where I wasn't gonna lunge for it.
Great shot.
And then I put the rope over my shoulder.
And then he ferried across, swimming with assistance of the rescuer.
Good job, buddy.
The third scenario we had Jim in today is called a live bait rescue. It's a rescuer on a rope tether.
We know we see rescuers downstream. We have to get down to them.
We went about a quarter of a mile down the river. And it's amazing how fast you get down that river.
All right, guys, I'm about to be rescued here. They're going to be pulling me from the water.
Look at me. I've got you. I've got you. Let me hold on to you.
I've got you.
Survivors always need to follow the instructions of the rescuer. Once the rescuer has their hands on them, they have to let us be in charge.
The number one thing that I walked away from today is that you absolutely have to work with this river. I can tell you one thing, after going through this today, I think I could get through a flash flood.
Two things that I got out of that right away. Feet out of the water. You know, you don't even think about it, but yeah, you don't want you to get your foot stuck in a rock or one of those little spins that you were talking about. But also, you want every movement to be purposeful. So you want to relax if you can. Obviously, it's much easier to say than do, but relax so that every movement you do is purposeful.
It is very similar to perhaps a rip current at the ocean. Again, don't fight it. Let it take you out and eventually, hopefully, take you to an area where you can actually swim to shore or swim out of harm's way. But in that main current, you are not, even Michael Phelps could not swim out of rip current or a fast current of floodwater.
A lot to think about, but a lot of rain still coming down. We've been checking in with Galveston from time to time. Looks a little bit better than, say, last hour, but still very gray, and you still see the rough surf. The heaviest of rain has pushed to the east.
Also watching heavy rain now moving back into and across western areas of Arkansas, Crawford, Franklin, Washington counties under flash flood warning, meaning the rain we've been dealing with this morning and from last night causing flooding right now. And we're also watching some rain spread up to the upper Midwest and western Great Lakes. Milwaukee seeing some sprinkles right now. We'll see some storms later on today.
And that's going to be an area tomorrow even looking for the severe weather outlook. As you can see there in red, stretching from Kansas all the way up into the Midwest.
Strong Memorial Day weekend for many.
Advanced Design makes it easy to protect your dog or cat from fleas and ticks. Discover Seresto. With the performance you expect from topicals in a non-greasy collar, Seresto provides protection against fleas and ticks for 8 months. Seresto.
To feel this special, you need to eat this special. Start your day with 150 nourishing calories in a bowl of Special K. Eat special, feel special.
Success starts with the right connections. Introducing Miracle-Gro Liquid Feed Universal Feeder. Turn any hose connection into a clever feeding system for a well-fed garden. Miracle-Gro. Life starts here.
Clorox knows cooking and cleaning go hand in hand. New Clorox Pump and Clean. Get a food-safe clean on cutting boards, counters, even high chair trays.
We're big fans.
Yeah, you are. A food-safe clean for your real life.
Time to sweat, boys. Big time. Let's get this thing right. This is my one shot.
I have made fire!
Fat Guys in the Woods. The new season starts June 7th, only on the Weather Channel.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
As former firemen, we learned the key to doing a great job was to work well together.
It's also the key to making a great sandwich.
Take our turkey bacon ranch sub, piled high with smoked turkey breast, sharp cheddar cheese, creamy peppercorn ranch, then topped with bacon.
Or try our Hook and Ladder Light. Starts at just $5.49. Like all our subs, a perfect balance of ingredients working well together.
If only you and your barber could work so well together.
At least I still need one.
Please.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Today.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Stay tuned for your Memorial Day Local on the 8s, brought to you by Lowe's. Never stop improving.
Kick summer off right with great Memorial Day deals at Lowe's. Like $10 off all paint and primer and stain and sealant in one via online or mail-in rebate. Plus 5 bags of premium mulch for $10. So hurry into Lowe's now for big summer savings.
Who needs a witness when you set the world in motion? The Ram ProMaster van. And introducing the all-new Ram ProMaster City. Purpose-built to help you run the town. Ram.
Kick summer off right with great Memorial Day deals at Lowe's. Like $10 off all paint and primer and stain and sealant in one via online or mail-in rebate. Plus 5 bags of premium mulch for $10. So hurry into Lowe's now for big summer savings.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Monday, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to Weekend Recharge. This just in, brand new picture from Russell Wild. He says the Wimberley, Texas area flood is, quote, unbelievable. This shot from the River Road area, and pretty incredible here. It looks like a home definitely did suffer some damage. And again, look at this. This is the river gauge. This is the Blanco River here at Wimberley, now above record flood stage, over 40 feet right now is the river. And look how rapidly it rose from the heavy rain that fell yesterday evening and then continued to come through the area as we had past sunset last night. And again, not expected to come down below flood stage to sometime late Tuesday, perhaps even Wednesday as well. And take a look at this picture here. I don't know if you noticed that, but this is actually a house. And the house, by the way, is been impacted because, again, here's the deck, and it kind of this right side of the house is kind of tilted downward there. And of course, you see the Blanco River here, which has receded dramatically from when this damage occurred. And I don't know what this is, whether it's a guardrail or perhaps part of the road, but these are clearly columns here supporting some type of railing right there. And perhaps this is maybe an overlook or something for the river. And to scale, here's an individual there as well. So this is a massive amount of power that caused this type of damage. And as quickly as the water came up, look how quickly it receded here. Again, within 12 hours, we go to causing this damage to having this part of the Blanco River back relatively within its banks right here. And again, this is kind of upstream from San Marcos, and now that water bulged downstream towards San Marcos, even for a while, blocking parts of Interstate 35 for about 3 or so hours earlier this morning. Maria?
And it's Texas, but it's also Oklahoma, and we just want to.
How bad was the flooding here?
Sort of use this as, I feel bad using this as an example of what not to do, but we got to. I know you don't. I know you don't. We don't want you all to do this. We're very happy that they're okay and they're safe, but playing in the floodwaters is not a good idea. We don't know how deep it is in some spots. We might not know what's floating in there. Certainly, the cleanliness of the water. You do not want to make contact with the water. So there's going to be a lot of that temptation, because maybe it's not raging and you think, okay, I'm all right, but we really need to send that home, drive that home. You do not want to do that.
That water is dark, it's dirty, it's brown, and obviously it's in a park, so perhaps there's a drain that is clogged up. Perhaps that drain cover has been pushed out and you could actually step in there because you have no idea where you're going. Not to mention, again, 2 words that should keep most people out of the floodwaters: raw sewage. Yeah.
So it's just one of the many dangers that we face because of the flooding. It's still an issue as we go in through the rest of the day. So those of areas that have seen rain subside, we could be looking at another round today.
Yeah, definitely concerned with more severe weather as well. But one place that should be nice, Indianapolis as well as Charlotte. 2 big races going on there today. We got the Indy 500, the 99th running of that race. And then later on this evening, we got NASCAR in Charlotte, the Coca-Cola 600. People can watch 1,100 miles of racing today.
Amazing. All right, we get into the Memorial Day holiday. A lot of ceremonies honoring our fallen heroes in and around D.C. We should be in good shape into New York and Philly, but it's once again Dallas, Shreveport, on up into the Midwest tomorrow. Severe weather potential.
Let's move on towards Tuesday, and again, the heat continues to kind of build across the East Coast as well. Look at Boston, 84 for a high on Tuesday, 87 in New York City, and a few scattered thunderstorms from the Ohio Valley back across the Gulf Coast states.
And by the midweek, we're still unsettled east of the Mississippi. We have a few scattered showers Tuesday and Wednesday across the west. Staying dry, though, the 5 all the way from Los Angeles on up into Seattle.
Let's move on towards Thursday. We're still watching scattered showers and thunderstorms now creeping across the southeast, back the Ohio Valley, and temperatures still stay warm above average in Boston and New York York, mid to low 80s there to head on to Thursday.
And wrapping up the last week of May, it is stormy from Wyoming clear on into the East Coast, staying dry and hot in the Southwest. We'll be back.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital. The first smile after surgery, a girl walking when they said she wouldn't, parents getting good news. But miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
So that's our loyalty program. You're automatically enrolled, and the longer you stay, the more rewards you get.
Great.
I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you.
Isn't there a simpler way to explain the loyalty program?
Yes.
Standing by you from day one. Now that's progressive.
Right, these should be.
Oh.
Gorilla Super Glue. Of course.
Gorilla Super Glue's rubber-toughened formula holds after repeated drops and bumps.
Oh, thanks.
Gorilla Super Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Making a fist. Something we do to show resolve, to defend ourselves, to declare victory.
That's how you do it.
So CVS Health provides expert support and vital medicine
Make a fist for me.
at our infusion centers or in patients' homes. We help them fight the good fight. CVS Health, because health is everything.
Cottonelle Clean Ripple Texture gets you cleaner, but will it make people confident enough to go commando? How was your wiping experience?
Okay.
Why do you think ripples are so great?
Probably ripples would just clean better.
Yeah, why?
It just would pick up more layers.
Do you feel confident enough to go commando?
Go commando. Yeah, sure.
Congratulations!
I did it.
How do you feel?
Fresh.
Only Cottonelle has Clean Ripple Texture, so going Cottonelle means you can go commando.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but ended up nowhere. Now I use this.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
Real local.
We are live in Oklahoma.
Real accurate.
This one's going to have some precipitation with it.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on. Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Monday, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
You are watching a Weekend Recharge, and New video, brand new video into the Weather Channel of the incredible flooding happening in Texas right now.
Yeah, this is in San Marcos, and again, first responders out there, they're the ones braving portions of flooded roadways to try to get to people in need. Again, you see car dealerships, cars are submerged in water up to the bumper. That's easily 2 to maybe even 3 feet of floodwaters that rapidly rose overnight and into this morning. And this is based on the rain that fell last evening and yesterday afternoon. And the sad thing is, we're going to see more of this. We've seen so much rain over this, the first, 23, 24 days of this month that we're setting here in Texas. The flooding is ongoing in Oklahoma and now into Arkansas as well. This is a problem and a disaster on a pretty large scale now across the southern plains in Texas.
Sometimes you think flooding is isolated to just those areas along the waterways. That's not what we're seeing today at all. It's very dangerous. And for those are just some of those images from this catastrophic historic flooding that's happening in Texas and Oklahoma right now.
And reports of water rescues and residents being evacuated are pouring into the Weather Channel. And right now, the numbers are pretty staggering. Get this, around 40 million people right now in the central part of this country are into some type of flood warning or flood watch right now. And this situation is constantly changing, and we're expected to only grow more dangerous and potentially more deadly as we head through today.
All right, we want to give you an idea of what we know right now about this flood situation. Mandatory evacuations happening north of Houston. Officials there worry that additional rain could cause the Lewis Creek Dam to fail.
Not to mention now, numerous flood shelters are open across the I-35 corridor between Austin and San Antonio, including you in San Marcos and much of Hays County. The Blanco River, the San Marcos River forced more than 1,000 people out of their homes today.
And that was not helped by the fact that the Blanco surged 28 feet in just 2 hours at that point at Kyle, Texas. Now, Hays County officials say as many as 400 homes have been damaged or destroyed. One bridge over the Blanco River obliterated by the flood.
And take a look at the maps right now. We're still tracking the risk of flash flooding now, pushing into Oklahoma, pushing into Arkansas. And more rain heading on towards Cherokee, Muskogee, and Wagoner counties in Oklahoma as more rain now is coming in this area. And the warnings are up for the rain that already fell, and now more rain coming into the area. And
what you're watching there is that what we call the future radar, what a model says is going to be looking like in the future. And you can see through the late night, overnight hours, that rain continuing, and it's moving into Arkansas, as you mentioned, and Missouri too could be next.
It didn't show a lot popping up in Texas, but there will be more rain, more thunderstorms across parts of central Texas again today. But the heaviest rain, the crux of the potential flash flood concerns, now shift east of Dallas, east of the I-35 corridor, but it still does include you, but through I-45 into areas of Louisiana and Arkansas, even areas of western Tennessee as we head throughout today and into Memorial Day Monday.
And we'll add in Missouri too, western Missouri, in fact, bracing for thunderstorms to push in through there later today.
With it, a flood threat and flash flood watches are posted. Let's bring in Andy Foster with the National Weather Service office in Springfield, Missouri. And Andy, no doubt you've seen what's happened in Oklahoma and in Texas. You've got to be concerned with more rain headed in your forecast area.
Well, indeed we are, and we're seeing that rain increase from the south. It began last night where we've had anywhere up to 2 inches of rainfall in our western counties, and more is on the way, obviously, as the day and the night wears on.
Now, for those of us who may not be as familiar with this area, are there particular waterways, towns that, with the setup that we're seeing, are going to be the most susceptible?
Our initial concern is across extreme south Missouri, along some of our river basins, including the Osage, the Elk, the Marvinton rivers, where we do have flood warnings in effect. However, as the day and tonight wear on, the heavy rain shifting to the east, that may begin to affect some of our scenic riverways. And being Memorial Day weekend, we have a lot of people out there on rivers camping and floating, and for us that could be a bigger concern as the day goes on.
And Andy, I know some of the offices to the south and southwest of you, their flash flood guidance is a ½ inch to 1 inch of rain in an hour. What is the flash flood guidance for those areas of Missouri and Kansas and Oklahoma?
Across southwestern Missouri, we've seen that guidance come down this morning to around a ½ inch. Still about 1 inch to 2 inches in our eastern counties, so a little bit of room there. But again, it won't take much with this heavy rainfall rates that we're seeing with this stuff coming up from Oklahoma and Arkansas.
And like other areas that we're talking about today, Andy, it's flooding, definitely part of it, but you do have that severe angle with the concerns of large hail damaging winds. What is that? How is that going to play out for western Missouri today?
Looks like we could see a slight risk for severe storms with localized wind damage, possibly an outside risk for a tornado as well later this afternoon into this evening. It's one of those cases where it's going to be kind of tricky. Nothing, could be obvious with this kind of setup. Could be isolated in nature, but something we'll have to watch very closely later on today.
And with this being a holiday weekend, people perhaps away from their TVs, away from home, what should they be on the lookout for, and how can you actually help get that warning out there if you do have concerns with not only just severe weather, but also with the rising water and flash flooding?
Well, those that have plans are already out there, area lakes and rivers. Well, weather radio obviously is a good idea. Otherwise, you obviously keep an eye to the sky. When thunder roars, obviously you want to head indoors. Water levels in areas, streams, and rivers. As we've seen down south in Oklahoma and Texas, it does not take long for those water levels to go up very quickly and become dangerous.
All right, Andy Foster with the National Weather Service out of Springfield, Missouri. Appreciate your time. He brought up a good point. There's going to be a lot of people out there where the weather isn't as bad in eastern Missouri this morning who may be out later when things do get a little bit stormier. Yeah, a lot of lakes across that area of Missouri and even Arkansas as well. And the topography, a lot of hills in that area. It's not just the plains. It's not flat. You definitely have topography. And the concern there is you can't really see some of the storms coming. You kind of get a false sense of security. And again, we still have a risk of flooding, but also severe weather, including tornadoes. We have Torcon numbers up here. We head towards the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas, as well as eastern Colorado, western Kansas. A 3 for the Torcon today. And a 4 out of 10 for Arkansas and Louisiana. 4 in 10 chance within a 50-mile radius of that point of seeing a tornado today. It does include areas of southern Missouri as well. So yes, a flash flood concern, but as well a risk of damaging wind, hail, and tornadoes across that region. Keep it tuned here. We'll keep you safe throughout the weekend.
When our little girl was born, we got a Subaru. It's where she said her first word. No. Saw her first day of school. Bye-bye. Made a best friend forever. Oh my God. The back seat of my Subaru is where she grew up.
What?
The 2015 Subaru Forester.
What?
Built to be there for your family. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
These corn dogs are such a great way to celebrate National End of School Day.
Fiona, have you thought about what you're going to do when you're all done with school?
I want to go to college and...
Hey, there's a hot dog in here!
Celebrate National End of School Day with 50-cent corn dogs Tuesday, May 26th. This is how you Sonic.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
I have type 2 diabetes. I started with pills, and now I take a long-acting insulin at night.
I take mine in the morning. I was trying to eat right, stay active, but I wasn't reaching my A1C goal anymore.
My doctor says diabetes changes over time. It gets harder to control blood sugar spikes after I eat and get to goal.
My doctor added Novolog at mealtime for additional control. Now I know. Novolog is a fast-acting injectable insulin, and it works together with my long-acting insulin. Proven effective. The mealtime insulin doctors prescribe most. Available in FlexPen.
Novolog is used to control high blood sugar in adults and children with diabetes. Take Novolog as directed. Eat a meal within 5 to 10 minutes after injection. Check your blood sugar levels. Do not take Novolog if your blood sugar is too low or you're allergic to any of its ingredients. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions and medicines you take. Ask your doctor about alcohol use, operating machinery, or driving. The most common side effect is low blood sugar. Symptoms may include dizziness, sweating, confusion, and headache. Severe low blood sugar can be life-threatening. Other common side effects include low potassium in your blood and injection site reactions. Get medical help right away if you experience trouble with breathing, serious allergic reactions like swelling of your face, tongue, or throat, sweating, extreme drowsiness, dizziness, or confusion.
Now I know about Novolog, taken by millions since 2001.
Ask your healthcare provider about adding Novolog. It can help provide the additional control you may need.
The open road. It takes on many forms, from the scenic highways to the rugged trails, from the sand-covered to the well-traveled. They lead us to the beauty of nature and the beauty of simple pleasures. The open road is alive and well and waiting to take us to Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Monday, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
For those who live at the Lodge or anywhere on the other side of 35, good luck.
And good luck indeed. I mean, look at that high water coming over the roadways as San Marcos, Texas is just swamped with floodwaters. The situation since pre-dawn. So it's been since darkness now, and we're just getting those first pictures of the daylight. And the water is still high, and in some cases it's been hours since the last rain fell, causing that initial flash flooding. So just an incredible situation right now. San Marcos, by the way, South Texas, correct? Near
Central Texas,
South Central.
Between Austin and San Antonio. Right along I-35. In fact, it was closed there in San Marcos for a little while, for about 3 hours this morning, because we had floodwater covering both the north and southbound lane for a while. They finally reopened that. But I kind of look at that as almost like, have the visual of a snake swallowing a tennis ball. Mm-hmm. And that tennis ball kind of slowly goes down the body of the snake, and that's what's happening with this floodwater. You saw that dramatic video earlier of that SUV around Boerne, Texas. Mm-hmm. That's part of the Blanco River. It was flooding there, then flooding down towards Wembley, then eventually into San Marcos, and eventually that continues to. Flood concern is kind of a thing that's being passed from town to town as we head through central Texas now into southeastern Texas. And this floodwater, again, it's going somewhere. It's going downriver, causing more concerns today.
That's a great visual. That really is. And, you know, in the case of the Trinity River in Dallas, we were talking with the National Weather Service. They said, well, Dallas itself can manage a lot of water along the Trinity River, but it's those areas downstream that maybe don't have the setup that the city of Dallas has that will see the problems. And of course, with additional rainfall, you're talking that there's some places that cannot handle a half an inch additional rainfall over a few hours. There will be spots today that'll get 1 to 2 inches easily. Yeah, and the initial line now still pushing back into the Tulsa area. In fact, parts of eastern Oklahoma, we got Haskell, Latimer, and LaFleur counties under flash flood warnings, and those warnings now extend into northwestern Arkansas, including Fort Smith. That includes the counties of Crawford, Franklin, and Washington counties. And we're talking about I-10 impacted. We saw what it did to I-35. And in Arkansas and into Texas and Oklahoma, you've got I-40, 540 near Fort Smith, all seeing the heaviest rainfall right now. Yeah, flash flood watches are still up for the area, and this is still to come now. We're also watching a little line about to bring more rain into Fort Worth. That's why we still have that green there in Dallas. You could see another inch or so, and it will take a half inch to an inch of rain to give you more flooding right now. But the heaviest bullseye of the rain pushing East Texas, the Arklatex into Oklahoma, western Arkansas, even southern Missouri and Louisiana. And this may be that silver lining to all the clouds. Look at the drought monitor as of last May. Okay, see all of that dark red. That's exceptional drought conditions. That's the highest end, the highest category that the drought monitor reports on. You fast forward to the latest update as of Thursday morning, wiped out. Yeah, and the Thursday morning update was the data cutoff as of Tuesday. So again, this is 5 days ago, and you see all the red, all the orange disappeared here across Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. We still have some abnormally dry, some even severe drought going on, but the extreme and exceptional drought is done. And guess what? We've seen quite a bit of rain since Tuesday. Well, let's just talk about the last 24 hours. As some parts of Texas picked up 3.5 inches in just
just the last 24 hours, let alone the last 4 to 5 days. So we could see a dramatic increase in that tomorrow as we head towards this next drought monitor next week, but the price to pay is the ongoing flooding right now.
It is, and while we're stuck in that rut with the storms, the east is seeing what will be some heat increasing. Now, tonight, that's not a bad thing because it's storm-free. In fact, tonight's Memorial Day concert to events planned at the World War II and Vietnam Veterans Memorials. It's a jam-packed weekend of patriotic events, but good weather in D.C.
Certainly is. In fact, earlier we got a chance to Skype with event producer Michael Colbert and meteorologist Andy Terzakis to talk about tonight's National Memorial Day concert.
We're here at the Capitol to say thank you to all of those who've served, who are serving, all of their families, our wounded warriors, and then, to really bring us back to the real meaning of the holiday, to honor all of those who've given their lives for our freedom.
Excellent point, Michael, and we are definitely with you. Andy, real quickly, I want to ask you, not keeping an eye on the radar for lightning, but heat's going to be a big player with a crowd that large that you guys are expecting, right?
Yes, not bad. Little light breeze out of the south. Probably heading to about 84 today, and as you said, no threat of thunderstorms. Certainly nothing like they've seen in Texas and Oklahoma. So we'll take it. This is one of those rare opportunities where I don't have to be very busy for Michael and his team.
Which I've always said to Colonel Andy, as we proudly call him around here, he is without a question most important person on the show.
Forecast for Washington, D.C. for tomorrow, warm and muggy, but dry.
True or false? The most violent tornadoes can sweep a home's foundation clean.
Every auto insurance policy has a number. But not every insurance company understands the life behind it. Those who have served our nation have earned the very best service in return. USAA. We know what it means to serve. Get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
True.
Advanced Design makes it easy to protect your dog or cat from fleas and ticks. Discover Seresto. With the performance you expect from topicals in a non-greasy collar, Seresto provides protection against fleas and ticks for 8 months. Seresto.
Introducing Ring, the world's most advanced doorbell.
Hello? Delivery for Aaron Parker? Thanks, you can leave it at the door.
Ring streams HD video and audio to smartphones and tablets. With dual power options, you can install Ring in just minutes. And Ring's real-time motion alerts are the perfect way to monitor your home. Convenience, monitoring, security. Order your Ring video doorbell today at ring.com.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
If you're not happy with how your allergy medicine treats your congestion, rethink relief with Nasacort Allergy 24-Hour. Unlike antihistamines that target only one cause of your symptoms, Nasacort stops more, relieving the worst nasal allergy symptoms, even congestion, for 24 hours. It's non-addictive and has no harsh taste, and unlike Flonase, it's scent and alcohol-free. And it's available over the counter at full prescription strength. Rethink your relief with Nasacort. It stops more of what makes you miserable.
The Luxury Uncovered event is going on now at Alpacker Lincoln. Enjoy exceptional savings on your favorite Lincoln models, like a 2015 Lincoln MKX, just $389 a month, or the new 2015 Lincoln Navigator, just $599 a month. And bottom line windshield pricing on over 200 new Lincolns. The Luxury Uncovered event at Alpacker Lincoln on Military Trail. And remember, before you buy, price Packer.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Monday, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Nope, that is not Niagara Falls. This is Lake Texoma, where, according to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers data, Lake Texoma is holding 35 billion gallons more water than its capacity.
And hence open the floodgates and let that water loose. And it almost looks like it's slow motion. It's just so much water flowing through there. And this is a huge lake right on the border between Texas and Oklahoma, hence the name Texoma. And you can see it's right there. Late Sunday morning, the elevation was 9 inches above full storage there. Excessive water storage, 35 billion gallons. And people often, I have questions on Facebook, oh, why can't we build a pipeline from here to California?
We would love to.
Yeah,
we really
but
would.
You don't truly understand the scope and the capacity of this atmosphere to hold moisture. A pipeline would have to run probably 24/7 for a couple of years to even put a dent in the drought out in the west. That's how extensive it is. And yeah, Mother Nature is the only thing that can bust the drought out there. And it's the only thing that can actually provide this much water in a short amount of time is storms. It's
another mind-blowing stat to put in perspective for you. 1 inch of rainfall over an acre of land, which is about the size of a football field, 27,154 gallons.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of water.
It's a lot of water. So, and that's just over 1 acre. We've seen it over hundreds of miles, square miles from Texas, Oklahoma, now into Arkansas, Louisiana, and Missouri. We'll keep an eye on.
That's 1 inch of rain?
1 inch of rain, 1 acre.
And Texas, I think Dallas had, what, 3 inches just last night, 3.7 just last night.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Just last night.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, I think over 18 inches in the month of May. We're about May 24th right now. 24 days, 18 inches of rain.
Incredible. And it's still coming down. We want to update you on the radar there real quick, and you see some of the heaviest rain moving out of the areas that have been hardest hit this morning, but we fully expect more storms this afternoon.
Yeah, more rain coming into the Fort Worth area. Look on the radar there, even some lightning as well as we head towards the heating of the afternoon. Even though the clouds are keeping you cooler, have yet to hit 90 in Dallas. It's enough juice in that atmosphere and a strong enough May sun even through the clouds to spark some thunderstorms.
And you see that, yes, even eastern Texas picking up more showers and thunderstorms. We'll watch the severe weather as we get into late to tonight. Even through tomorrow, there's going to be a similar area in through Texas and into the Midwest that will have that threat for severe weather.
It's our rainfall total forecast here as you push on to eastern Texas, the Arklatex there, even in parts of Oklahoma, now pushing into western Tennessee, areas of northwestern Mississippi. You can still see 3, 4, 5 inches of rain. So some areas like Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, you have not had this duration of heavy rain. It's heading your way, and even that much rain in just a day or two will cause some problems there.
All right, and we want to show you Dallas, a live look right now. Minor delays at the airport reported earlier. Some, darker clouds with more showers and thunderstorms off to the west now.
Trinity River going up to its highest mark that they haven't seen since 1977. Is expected to crest sometime on Monday at 40.3 feet. Could be the 19th highest crest on record of the Trinity River there in Dallas.
Bridgestone is changing the game in tire performance.
So Will Arnett can get to the store when he's out of diapers.
Well, to be clear, they're not for me. They're for my son. So we should probably go.
We switched Will's tires to Bridgestone's revolutionary Drive Guard tires.
Oh, those look sharp.
It's okay. Our Drive Guard tires are engineered to take a puncture and drive up to 50 miles on a flat, so no side of the road.
Well, that's good because the side of the road is dangerous, especially since we're going commando.
Weird?
What's commando mean?
High-performance car, but you're still wearing your indoor eyeglasses in the glare of the sun? Experience Experio UV, superior polarized sun lenses, and experience the difference. High-tech skis, and you're not wearing Experio UV on the slopes? They eliminate 100% of blinding reflective glare and offer the maximum UV protection. Think the view can't get any better than this? Ask for Experio UV, superior polarized sun lenses in your prescription for the best vision under the sun.
Get $90 back combining Crizal, Verilux, and Transitions and a second pair with Experio UV.
Success starts with the right connections. Introducing Miracle-Gro Liquifeed Universal Feeder. Turn any hose connection into a clever feeding system for a well-fed garden. Miracle-Gro. Life starts here.
Amore.
Subito.
The all-new Fiat 500X crossover. Bigger, more powerful, and ready for action.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round one of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in dusty Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on. Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
All right, it's 5 minutes before the top of the hour. This is out of Elk City, Oklahoma. And you see, we're happy everyone's okay, everyone's smiling in this, but this is actually something that we beg you not to do, and that is to wade into floodwaters.
Or we could make this a segment, 5 till the hour, it's public shaming time. And yeah, this is not a smart thing to do. Look at the kid, they got the toddler there on the left side of the picture. Gladly, he's not in the water right now. And the water's dark, murky, dirty. You have no clue what's in there. But again, 2 words to perhaps pique your attention. Raw sewage, a high possibility. Because you got a storm drain that's covered up.
I mean, not to mention it's over roadways, so there's there's oil and that kind of thing. You don't want to be in that, and it's everywhere. This is a picture out of San Marcos, Texas. We've been showing you since early this morning. Yeah, and also look at the upper left there. Above that tree is a helicopter. Big shout out to the Army National Guard Blackhawks out there. They've been out there this is 2 weeks in a row, out there rescuing residents in need. Last week it was just south of Dallas and Fort Worth. This week it's in the San Marcos area, Hays County. A lot of people rescued, over I think 400 homes which have been flooded. In fact, a short time ago, officials in Hays County gave an update on the Blanco River there. Here's San Marcos Fire Marshal Ken Bell.
This flood is the largest I've seen in 25 years. It has been called larger. It is larger than a flood in 1929. It's the largest flood in the history of this region. So it's significant in its impact. It is different than any flood we've ever had, as all floods are kind of their own little character. This one definitely had its own element to it and its impacts.
All right, so obviously some areas getting a break from the rain right now, others seeing more. Yeah, Dallas, Fort Worth, a line of thunderstorms just to the west of you, just erupting now. We'll see this increase in coverage and intensity as we head throughout the day. Flash flooding risk is sky high. Have a safe day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
The Men's Warehouse Memorial Day sale is going on now. Clearance suits are on sale for $149.99. Clearance dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3. With a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry, you'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am dealer and test drive the Spyder F3 today.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening. Low 78. Chance of rain 60%. Monday, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 87. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, we have some breaking news into the Weather Channel here. We continue to monitor this severe flooding situation. One of the spots we're watching most closely is Blanco River here. Look at this crest, went up over 20 feet in 2 hours. And the reason for that, of course, very heavy rainfall. The radar there was crazy last night. Take a look at this, 12 inches of rainfall. This is San Antonio. This is what the area we're looking at us to the north and northeast of that. 12 inches of rainfall. If you head off to the east, 4 inches. So this is extremely localized with the heavy flooding. But we're going to continue to see that rolling on in here through the day. Now, this area, San Antonio, the rain has moved out, but we are going to be watching parts of Missouri in through Arkansas for the possibility of that heavy rain continuing. And we do have a tornado warning we want to get you caught up on real quickly here. You can see that radar moving in. There's just a little bit of a hook echo here on the edge of this line, watching that tornado warning. We'll be back in just a few minutes to update you on the flooding and this latest tornado warning.
Help you? Fire department. Yeah. You got a funnel cloud on southwest side by like Hillcrest. Okay, and I also heard there was a touchdown East Peoria by the Convention Center.
Holy moly. All right.
We had never had a tornado of that magnitude hitting the state of Illinois in the month of November.
Oh my God.
I just remember screaming, "Get me to my kids."
I felt helpless. That's not a feeling I'm used to at all.
The destruction went on for miles.
I was thinking my great-grandma. It went right over her house.
Right there it is.
All I could think is how I was going to tell the kids that he didn't make it.
Be ready to roll, everybody.
Father, we thank you and we praise you again for this day.
Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Keith Carson updating you on the latest in the flooding situation, and we also have a tornado warning just issued here. This is Shreveport for some orientation, Interstate 20 right there, and this is valid until 12:45 Central Time. You can see the cell moving off to the north and east. There's a big line of rainfall in here, but also within it we have just a little bit of what looks like a spin up, a hookup echo there. So they've warned 2 of those cells next to each other, so that's something we want you to be obviously aware of. The big story through this morning, and it started last night though, has been the flooding, the flash flooding there, and it's along that same line. There's a look at the hook echo within it, and again 2 tornado warnings in there moving off to the north and northeast. All right, here's a look at that flooding that happened last night and into this morning. Just an extreme amount of rain, 12-13 inches in radar estimated, and just rising the river. In Kyle, Texas, the river went up 22 feet in 2 hours, I believe is the stat. So just extremely fast moving water. That's been a big problem. We're going to continue to watch that. Let's take a look at this. Is the chart format for the Blanco River in Wimberley, Texas. Now at 40 feet, just going to start to go down, but it's going to take until Tuesday to even get back into the minor flooding end of things. So we continue to see that heavy rainfall moving on in. Now, some good news for that immediate area I'll show you in a second, which is that the radar has cleared out there for the time being. But there it is. Radar estimated 12 inches of rainfall. This San Antonio, it's off to the north and northeast of San Antonio that we've been watching. Now here's the current radar. A little bit of a break. Unfortunately, that's not going to help things too much because we still have a ton of moisture left in the atmosphere. And over the next couple of days, we're going to continue to see this heavy rain threat. Here's a look at the line right now, moving in through parts of Missouri, in through Arkansas. So although we're focused on Texas, we're still going to see that heavy rain moving in through Oklahoma, eastern Oklahoma. All those boxes you see there, those are flash flood warnings. We're getting that training of the moisture rolling in, and that's the problem. It's the heavy rainfall moving over the same spot over and over again. Widen out the picture. There's your tornado warnings we started with. Again, part of the same line that reaches down in the Gulf of Mexico. That's its moisture source, and as a result, just kind of keep pouring that moisture in over and over again. So we showed you the flash flood warnings. These are your flash flood watches. All of these areas are primed for the possibility of flooding. That's basically what a flash flood watch means. With the rainfall already on the ground, saturated soil, it does not take much to set things over the top. Little Rock, including this into parts of Louisiana, up into Kansas City on the north side. So they're going to be watching this here for the next couple of days as that heavy rainfall does continue. Here's a look at the rainfall still to come. Now, this is not an exact science when it comes to rainfall amounts in convective situations, thunderstorm situations, but we are looking at some spots here of 3 to 5 additional rain and widespread 2 to 3 inches. May not sound like a whole lot, but it is on top of the rain that we already have. So we're going to see more flash flooding here up until at least Tuesday when we start to try to get this thing cleared on out of here. Let's time it out. Showers and thunderstorms tonight. Watching Dallas, river there cresting as well. Little Rock under the gun. Through tomorrow, not a whole lot of movement. Again, maybe the axis of heaviest rain shifts slightly to the east, but it's not really until Tuesday that we get a real shift off to the east into Birmingham, New Orleans, Little Rock now getting into some of that rain. So maybe Tuesday afternoon, things starting to settle down a little bit, but we have a long way to go, unfortunately, till then. One more thing, we started with the tornado warning. I don't want to forget the fact that although flooding has become the story, we do still have enough shear, the possibility of some tornadoes, a Torcon of 4 out of 10 through today into early this evening. We'll be back to update U.S. News.
Traffic looks pretty clear here on the east end of the square.
I heard there was a tornado down in Pekin, Illinois. I didn't know how bad it was.
All units, I just got reported tornado. All right, we're losing trees out here now.
Oh boy. Come on, baby, break up.
I'm a bow hunter, and so I decided to go hunting. I got just about outside of Washington. There's a little place called Bowen Lake, and I pulled over, and I could see the clouds trying to do something, but at first I thought, it was just something that was going to blow over.
Oh God, I hope everybody's okay. Not good. Not good.
You could start seeing things actually kind of go up in the air.
And there's crap flying everywhere.
I kind of realized that, this thing maybe might not go away.
Marquette Heights, Creve Coeur, East Peoria, Morton, get to your basement, get to the... I was the weekday meteorologist. It was a Sunday. That's a day that I was not typically scheduled to work. If you are in the path of this cell, now is the time to take shelter. The station took a power hit, and everything shut down. We'd have to push back. The power came back on, but then we had to turn on everything. What happened? We got back up. We were on the air. Get to the centermost portion of your home and take cover. I am hearing things right now, Chuck. Yes. I think we may need to take shelter right now ourselves.
We do.
We need to go off the air.
Yeah.
We will be back when we can.
Right. We'll be right back.
Let's go.
Let's go. We yelled for everybody in the building to take cover because we knew what it was. It was unmistakable. There's no other sound like it in nature.
We were the first ones to experience that tornado, and it was a monster.
I've seen the size of the tornado itself just grow. I just remember being very mesmerized by it and just sitting and watching it and not even realize it was coming right at me. That's when I decided, hey, it's probably a good thing to get out of the way. When I started realizing that the path it was on, it was going right through most of the residentials in Washington. My brother Mark Wells and his family lives in Washington there. I knew that he was in the path. I was able to get a phone call off to my girlfriend, and warn her about it, but I couldn't get through to my brother. The debris was just something that I just couldn't believe. I seen whole houses at a time shoot 300-400 feet in the air. I just thought I was watching thousands of people that were dying at that moment.
make meeting times, lunch times, and conference times. But what we'd rather be making are tea times. Tea times are the official start of what we love to do. The time for shots we'd rather forget, and the ones we'll talk about forever. In Michigan, long days, relaxing weather, and more than 800 pristine courses make for the perfect tea time. Because being able to play all day is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
New Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. Flonase is the 24-hour relief that outperforms a leading allergy pill. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So go ahead, inhale life, excite your senses, seize the day and the night. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Looks like the Garcias got a new car.
What'd they get?